What's up, guys? So it's my third stream today, and I feel I don't know what I'm feeling. I guess I'm just ready to start yapping. So the plan for today is, like you can see in the corner of my tab, we're going to play Agar.io, and I'm pretty excited. It's been a long time since I've actually played that game, and my PC can actually run it. And by PC, I mean laptop, because right now when I run YouTube on it, it starts to crash out and starts to make like these sounds like it's about to take off, you know? So uh, I'm just gonna start with a quick, what's it called? I'm gonna start with a study session, and then in between the breaks, I'm going to play Agar.io. So stick around for that. And yeah. Let's just get this started. Let me just open this up. Uh, I like to use the Pomo Focus website. My brother recommended it to me from, I think, like in eighth grade. And whenever I feel like locking in, once in a while, I just like to open it up. It's really good with, it's just a simple timer where I can control how long my breaks are and stuff like that. And my plan is during the breaks, I'm going to play Aga.io or IO, however you want to say it. So let's just give this a start. And yeah, uh, okay, I'll allow the notification and let's just get started. So I'm thinking of doing livestock because I have a bunch of uh, cards to review and might as well get them done. Just a heads up, I'm probably gonna stream till like 7:15 because I also have a club meeting today. So yeah, I know I can't stick around that long, but I'll also probably stream again after coming back because I have to do my assignment. So that's there. Anyways, let's get into it. All right. Describe one disadvantage of spring calving system. So let me think. I had this last time and I fumbled it. It wasn't on stream, but all right, let me just. Oh, fuck. Spring calving system. So basically, these systems are suited towards breeds that have very small maturation sizes. Basically, they grow to a smaller size than the late maturing stages. This allows them to just be fed only on grass growing systems. So, fucking, let me see. Yeah, okay, so a disadvantage is it depends solely on grass growth during spring. So it could be inflexible, or I'm pretty sure the card says that the calves will be too light to be sold during autumn store sales if calves are born later. So what that means is if calves are born later during the season, they won't have enough time to reach their maximum size in before the autumn sales starts. So that should be it. Yeah. Yes, there. Anyways, explain how digestive physiology differs between poultry and cattle. Alright, this is pretty easy. Poultry actually uses something called chemical digestion, or it breaks its feed down enzymatically or using enzymes. So uh, it also uses mechanical digestion. Um, and you might be thinking, oh damn, how's that possible, right? So what it does is it has a pouch called a gizzard, which contains a bunch of stones that they actually swallow, which is I actually didn't know about that. But what that means is basically if you have ever seen a bird, most like poultry, like chicken, turkeys, I'm assuming, or anything related, they actually like to swallow small amounts of stone or gravel that won't interfere too much with their pouch, which is called the gizzard. It's a muscular pouch that's very gritty and contains the stones they swallow. It's really thick also, so the stones can't get out or damage them. So what it does is it sends the food into that pouch, and it kind of acts as it's like a teeth pouch basically, where uh, it grinds up the food using the stones and it digests it, and then it uses something called a proventriculus. It's basically their true stomach, where enzymatic digestion takes place. And then there's some other stuff also, but let's just see. Crop prevent, yeah, yeah. So I don't know if mentioned it out loud, but cattle do rely on fermentation, also known as microbial fermentation in their rumen. So this allows them to digest tough feed that's made up of fiber. Because like, have you ever tried to eat like those really leafy plants? Like it just doesn't work because you can't digest it. Because we don't have something called a microbial population in our body, like specifically tailored towards digesting fiber residues, compared to cattle and such, which actually host these specific microbial populations. Humans do have microbial populations, but it's in other areas like I think digesting carbohydrates, stuff like that. I'm not well versed in that, so I can't really state it. So yeah, let's just say it's good. So now we just made a long-term card. Summarize the key principle for efficient beef production systems. The key principle. I mean, I don't know, that sounds really generic, but I must have answered it earlier, so let me just think. Key principle for efficient beef production systems. What could it be? I'm just trying to think. Uh, I don't know. I mean, uh, efficiency could be the key principle, or I don't know. Let's see. That's not that's not one principle, it's multiple. Oh yeah. I mean, I kind of want to bury the card because it's kind of frustrating me, but I might just repeat it. See, it was in my head, and I know it sounds like I'm coping, but I know we are supposed to match the breed type because, as the earlier card said, right, like early maturation systems or the spring calving system, right? That relies on a specific set of cow breeds alongside the autumn calving system, which also relies on its own set of cow breeds. So I was aware of that management resources, yeah, whatever. Let's just put it again. Explain why market demand influences beef production decisions. Um, explain. Phew. Okay, market demand. How does it do that? Let's see. Mm, producers must meet processor and consumer specifications to maximize profitability. All right. See, like, honestly, some of these cards are a bit more you have to understand it than memorize it. But for the more biological aspects, it's easier to just memorize it than just trying to get a really deep understanding. Because once you memorize it, you can research it and like gain your own understanding. That's what I like to think. Anyways, explain the feedback mechanisms involved in testosterone regulation. Okay, so it's a negative feedback loop, is what I remember. The more testosterone produced, it actually inhibits it. Um, I think it's related somehow to LH and FSH. pineal gland? Something with the pineal gland secreting gonadotropin releasing hormone? Uh, if it was easier, I could have had it only in 1.5 months. Okay. High testosterone inhibits growth releasing hormone and luteinizing hormone released through negative feedback, maintaining hormonal balance. I mean, I guess. I mean, wait, let me just think. So, I'm just thinking out loud. High testosterone inhibits the release of gonadotropin releasing hormones and luteinizing hormones through negative feedback, which I did call, so I could say it's good, but nah. Okay, let's do it again. Describe the structure and function of the small intestine in farm animals. Okay, this is actually pretty easy. I know this pretty well. It's basically the small intestine, the structure. It's categorized into three sections. The duodenum, the jejunum. I don't know how to say it, but like jejunum, and then the last one is the ileum. I think so, yeah. So, those are the three categories, and its structure and function is to break down. It's responsible for enzymatic digestion, also known as chemical digestion, and it releases these enzymes to break down ingested feed so that it can absorb all the nutrients such as vitamins, nutrients, um, energy. I'm just waffling here now. Fat. Uh, Anything else like minerals, vitamins? Did I say that already? Glucose, maybe. I don't know. See, I call it duo, duodenum, jejunum, and ileum, responsible for enzymatic digestion and absorption of amino acids, monosaccharides, can make up carbohydrates, fatty acids, vitamins. So I say that's pretty good. I had everything, most of it. Describe the typical housing used in broiler production. I'm not sure because it's a new card. So let's see. Large, high capacity indoor sheds with a controlled environment. Let's put that again. Let's go again. Okay, define endocrinology in the context of livestock production. Chronology. Okay. Um, let's see. It's the study of hormones and how it impacts processes such as growth, reproduction, um, yeah, and the role they play, I think. Metabolism and reproduction. Okay, that was good. I just forgot metabolism. So I'm going to put that as, I'm gonna categorize it as good, I guess. Anyways, explain why dairy bred calves are sometimes considered a byproduct, which is interesting. Okay, let's see. Dairy bred. Dairy bred calves are sometimes considered a byproduct. Okay, dairy bred. Okay, so as far as I remember, dairy herds are primarily bred for producing milk, which is no shit, right? Like, but uh, because of that, when they're breeding or when they've been bred to produce replacements, also known as heifers, which are female, female cattle. Uh, Sometimes males are produced. So this can't be controlled, at least until sexed semen. Okay, don't take that out of context, but semen that has uh, been artificially uh, edited or manipulated to have more chromosomes. I think it's been a while since I remembered. this, but to determine the gender of the offspring. So uh, if you don't have that, and most of the time it's used to breed cows or female or heifers to produce milk, right? So if farmers don't use that, then there's like a 50-50 or a slightly higher, lower chance of getting what you want, right? So that's why ca dairy bred calves are considered a byproduct because male calves are produced and they can't really be used for anything, right? So they're sold into the beef industry. But sadly, or not sadly, but normally what happens is since they're bred for dairy, their carcass value isn't very high. It's actually quite low because, like I said, it's meant for dairy, not beef. So they end up earning a low fare for the beef that's produced from their bodies. Yep, that was pretty easy. I'm waffling way too much though, so let me just try and go faster. Describe the typical housing in boiler production. Sheds are large and controlled in heat. Okay, no, controlled environment, large, high capacity indoor sheds. So basically, large sheds with a high capacity and they have a controlled environment. So let's just put that in the again category. Describe barn egg production systems. So this is pretty easy. Barns have more space. They have uh, room for the birds to move around, run around. They also have uh, roosting, nesting, dust. Sorry, not dust. Um, Wait 1 second. I have a notification. Yeah, yeah. So, they also have dust, litter, litter boxes so that they can perform dust bathing, and they also have scratching posts and anything else. Yeah, they are not allowed to leave the building. They don't have any access to the outside. Yep. Yeah, that's great. That's easy. Describe the typical housing used in broiler production. I just did this. They're large, high capacity in sheds that have a controlled environment. Yeah. All right. Explain how the dairy industry contributes to the beef production in the UK. Uh, Explain how the dairy industry contributes to the beef production in the UK. I mean, we just covered it, right? Dairy bred calves can actually produce beef even if their quality is lower. And if they're paired with beef sires, basically, if they're crossbred with beef breeds, you can actually increase the value of dairy bred calves and their carcasses. That way, they have a higher beef production value while also retaining a good dairy production value. A disadvantage of this, in my mind at least, is once you start crossbreeding these specific breeds, right? You will lower their production in their respective field, but then gain an overall general uh, production. So they can uh, provide a good general dairy production and a good general beef production value, but they don't excel in either field. Yeah. See, dairy cross calves and from dairy bred. Summarize the key principles for efficient beef production systems. Okay, I just went through this. You match the beef breeds, the system, the environment, the finances, and good management as well. Yeah, resources should be fine. Explain the importance of pH regulation in the rumen. So this is actually very important because if the feed they're ingesting or if they just somehow lower the pH in their rumen, what ends up happening is the microbial populations that live inside, which allow them to ferment ingested feed in the first place and turn it into a food source, can actually die because they tend to prefer um, a higher pH, as far as I know. So if it varies from their comfortable, like the comfortable range, right? So that could affect their growth and reproduction and could actually kill off the population. See, stable pH 6 to 7. Yeah, I know. Like if anyone's watching this, they immediately thought of that. I'm not doing. Is crucial for microbial health, fiber digestion, saliva buffers acids during fermentation. Explain why market demand influences beef production decisions. I mean, based on the consumer and producer specifications, the beef production has to follow, right? All right, I'll say that's good. What is the primary objective of suckled calf production? Okay, this one's pretty easy. It's to increase the mean production of suckled calves per cow. Basically, increase the amount of calves that are actually produced per year per cow on average. The weight. Ah, okay, I got that wrong. It wasn't the number of calves, it was the weight, which makes sense. All right, let's do that again. Excuse me. All right. State the requirements for litter in broiler housing. I have no idea. Wood shavings or chopped straw with more than 85% dry matter. Okay. Uh, I do remember hearing about this with the dry matter requirements because, hey, yo, my bad, guys, my mic just fell off. There you go. Yeah. Uh, because since there's so many chickens in a barn, right, that can be fit into that, their waste or basically their piss or anything like that, right, tends to be really water based, very liquidy. Yeah. So the dry matter, the high percentage of dry matter can actually absorb it and keep the environment fresh for longer periods of time. It's like a giant sponge. Describe the key features of enriched cage systems. Uh, okay. So the enriched cage systems are touted as these like a better alternative to battery cage systems in the UK. So it has a higher animal welfare. So because of that, they say each bird has 750 centimeters squared of space to move around to stretch their wings entirely. They also have nesting, litter boxes for dust bathing. There's a common theme for most of these indoor systems. Then they also have scratching posts, roosting, and yeah, so and they also have controlled lighting to allow them to sleep as well. See, so that's pretty good. Explain the feedback mechanisms involved in testosterone regulation. Okay, so we just went over this. It's testosterone, more more testosterone produced inhibits the secretion of gonadotropin releasing hormone and luteinizing hormone. And also anything else? What else could it be? Yeah, it's a negative feedback cycle. See, great. Anything else? State the requirements for litter in broiler housing. So, let's see. 85% dry matter, and it can be straw or chopped hay. No. I mean, chopped straw or wood shavings. Uh, I can't say. I outline the key stages of the annual reproductive cycle of the beef cow. Mm, conception, postpartum anestrus, then return to anestrus, no, return to oestrus, then calving, and then pregnancy lasting 82 days. Oh, I always get this mixed up. Calving starts first because it's giving milk to its calf. Postpartum anestrus, correct. Return to ovulation, all right. I was right. Conception and pregnancy. See, I was right. It was 282, not just 82. All right, again. See, the requirements for litter and broiler housing, it can be either wood shavings or chopped straw, with 85% in dry matter. Yes, sir. Easy. Uh, explain why day-old chicks require an external heat source. Okay, so this is because chicks, bird chicks, actually have no feathers when they're born, and they can't. Ooh, that's quit in time. Okay, let me just finish this question, and then we're gonna play agar.io. So, explain why day-old chicks require external heat source. Yeah, so they don't have feathers and they can't perform thermoregulation when they're born and when they're young, so they can actually die of the cold or if it's too hot, but normally the cold, especially in the UK. So, to do this, to solve this problem, you really need a strong external heat source during that time when they're young. As they grow, they'll develop feathers and learn how to regulate their body temperature, but not when they're born. Yes, sir. All right, let's go. Uh, so that's done. Let me just quickly change screens to the game. We'll take a break and have some fun. Let's see. Uh, display capture. Yep. And yeah, let's get into it. Uh, this brings me a lot of nostalgia. It's been years since I've played this game. I remember like when I was in, uh, I don't know, when I was in primary school, I think maybe third or fourth grade. This was like in its heyday. Yeah, I'm an unk. Okay, shut up. Um, and like one of my seniors, like he was my senior by 1 year, and he showed me this game on in computer class, and we'd play it every time. All right, let's just go with a nickname. It does look a little shifty with all of the ads, but it's all game ads, so it's not a big deal, hopefully. Oh, uh, oh man, they're playing an advertisement. All right, so oh, I mean, I didn't expect this, guys. My bad. I didn't know Beyblade was still going on. Like, that takes me back. Oh, I remember Metal Fusion or Metal Fury was the uh Beyblades that we actually played with when I was a kid. And those were the best, but you could actually like hurt yourselves, I think. I'm not sure. Those were solid like chunks of metal. Like we use those against those knockoff Beyblades that were made out of plastic or the OG Beyblades, I don't know. And whenever we did that, it just gets smashed. I just remember like when I was a kid, we had this neighbor who was also a close friend. He didn't know where to get these Metal Fury or Metal Fusion Beyblades. So he had these big, ah, plastic Beyblades, and every time it's just like a David versus Goliath situation. But then, I mean, it's plastic, right? So it's not dense. So what would end up happening is it looks so intimidating, and as kids, we wouldn't really know the difference, right? So we'd be kind of scared to go up against him. But then the first time we actually did, our metal Beyblade like just sent it flying out of our Beyblade arena, and it's actually quite funny. It's just like this little like metal Beyblade in comparison to this big like block of plastic that can spin, and like it just like smashed it and like it broke apart after a while. So it was actually pretty funny. Oh damn! I think I died while I was yapping. Wait, let's do this again. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry guys. Hopefully, you can forgive me. It's just like 15 seconds, and I don't really have another option, so let's go with that. But like I said, so that was actually a really nice memory of mine. Playing Beyblades. Oh, it was fun. We used to do this thing called Death Battle, where my brother actually introduced it to us. But basically, what we would do is we'd have these Beyblades, and we started with like one or two, respectively, me and my brother, because oh shit, don't eat me, please. Yeah, so what would end up happening is in this death battle mode, since we only had like one or two, right? Because our parents would buy one or two and then would say, yeah, that's enough. So, what we did was, oh fuck, no, Maya, please, please. Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot how intense this can be for me. Bro, Ank is tweaking. What? Huh? How did I die? Bro, what? Okay, let me just finish my story. So, what would end up happening was we introduced the death battle system to our apartment where we would actually win a Beyblade if we won against someone. So that was the original goal. So me and my brother, we took our Beyblades and we challenged our neighbors who lived in the neighboring flats, right? But of course, like no kid wants to actually give their Beyblade away after losing to us, right? Because it's like a high stakes type of deal. Because most of the time, none of them had like that many Beyblades themselves. We were all in the same boat. So, to work around that, we actually changed Death Battle to have a different requirement. Like if you lost, you'd give a part, a Beyblade part to your opponent, and this was much more like palatable because, oh my God, because um, everyone had like an extra Beyblade part. So like they would come with like extra tips, I remember, and oh, I forgot the names of the parts. I'm old, but like I don't know what am I saying. But so because of that, me and my brother were actually able to win so many parts that we were able to build entire Beyblades from scratch. So, it was actually a great time. I still have a bag of Beyblades I built from death battles. But I'll be honest, my brother was the guy who had like the biggest collection. He was just like really bold. Oh, man, my laptop is way too laggy, bruh. All right, let's go again. All right. So he had a way bigger collection, I remember. I don't know what he did. I think he gave it away or something. But I still have mine lying around in a bag. But it was just a great time, not gonna lie. Because how do I say? Uh, I used to my one of my favorite Beyblades I had was Gravity. Because it was a right and left spinning Beyblade. The launcher I got could launch it in either way. So it could be a spin stealer if I wanted it to, or it could just be a classic traditional Beyblade. So that's why I really liked it. And my lame brother, he broke that controller, man. Oh, that was so annoying. he was so rough with it and he just broke it. I, but yeah. Um, but he did try and fix it. Like we bought a right-handed spinning string launcher. It was a string launcher. That was a big thing in that time, okay? Normally we'd have these plastic tracks where if you pull it, it's finite. It would not finite, but like it was short, so you just pull it and that's it, it's done. But with the string launcher, you can like pull it really far and it could go much faster. So it was actually really cool. But yeah, so that was there. Oh no, please. But yeah, so it was no, please. Oh my God, why are they all going for me, man? Oh wait. So me and my two, no. So I remember in that time, my brother had this Beyblade called Orion, and that was one of the best Beyblades you could get. It was like one of, how did I die, man? What? Ah, all right. This was supposed to be calming. It's just making me rage. Okay, so he had Orion, and at that time, that was one of the most busted Beyblades you could ever get. And we didn't know about it. We just stumbled upon it by accident. But like when I watched these Beyblade tier videos, like years later after all of this died down, I saw that it was actually one of the best like Beyblades that could have ever been manufactured during that time because it had like this little it had a joint tip and there was this part above the tip that connects the main body to the tip to spin on. I forgot the name. But it had a joint one. So it had this flat disc and the part that attaches the Beyblade together, and both of these were connected, and they were on two rotating servos, kind of. So the tip could spin separately from the entire body. So it could literally like it would spin like this, and the tip could stand still while the entire Beyblade spun. So that was actually really good. Like because some spots in the what's it called? Some spots in the stadium could actually be really rough, and it could normally stop a Beyblade from spinning or slow down like really significantly. But because the tip could stop and like allow the Beyblade to spin by itself, it even if it got in those spots, could just keep spinning, and it was just really strong overall. It had a great like thick metal shell, and it was just great. So that was my brother's Beyblade. He also had Drago, one of the best spin stealers in my opinion, um, that could have been produced because the rubber edges like just gave it so much grip to like steal the spin from other like right spinning Beyblades. Like I remember he would like launch it and then it would start to die out because those times when the Beyblades never just seem to make contact, like they just keep spinning around each other. So that would happen, and it doesn't have great stamina. Like it doesn't spin that well for long periods of time. It wasn't specifically made for that. There were other tops for that or Beyblades, right? So what would happen is it nearly stops spinning, and then one small collision, just by chance, by accident, and it'll completely steal like 50% of the other Beyblade's momentum, and it start to like right before our eyes, we could see it like begin to get back into the game, So that was OP as hell. Uh, whenever we did like these little tournaments with multiple Beyblades, it would be much harder for it to like survive because multiple hitting it at once could slow it down, but it always seemed to make it to the end. So it was a great Beyblade. I might actually start searching up the names of these Beyblades, but that's for another time. So that was a great memory of mine. Um, and yeah, oh my God, there's so many ads. Let me just see if there's uh another game I can play with. Yeah, I know. I've been searching up a lot of streaming stuff because I'm trying to improve my stream because right now the quality isn't the best. And yeah, so maybe expect in the next maybe the stream after another two or something for it to improve over time. But yeah, so let's see. I had this great game. I mean, not great, but oh my God, I just can't remember. Slither.io. This also brings me back. This was like one of those new at that time. It was like one of those new gen IO games. So like I was like, ah, nah, I'd never beat the classic Aga.io. But then I slowly went around to thinking this was also pretty damn good, you know. This and like so many other IO games. Like you had like full shooter IO games like shooter shooter.io or Krunker. No, Krunker wasn't part of that. But to this day, many of them are still running. So I like to just like hop on them and just play around with like a few friends and stuff. There's also one, my favorite IO game of like the most played IO game of mine was something called Lords.io. I love that game because I really like strategy games. It's not like that much of a strategy game. It's kind of like Aga.io but with troops. So I just really like the idea of building a base and growing an army. And the best part was it was so like, especially at the time I picked it up, while it was in its peak, after a while it fell off, right? Like most IO games. So the servers are still running. No, the servers were still running, and that made it ideal for me to actually play with any friend I made, like especially in high school or middle school. I would like invite them. I'd be like, okay, you want to play Lords.io? And normally they'd be like really hesitant at first because they've never heard of it. Like it's been dead for a while, right? So but since the servers are still running and there's so few people, right? So literally we just go to the same server, like maybe the Japan server, and then me and like any friend I choose like can just play together in a server all on our own with like maybe one or two other people. No. But yeah. So uh it was a great time. Like anyone watching the stream, I think you should really try it out. It's amazing. I really like that game. And it's so simple to like learn, but once you get the hold of it, it's actually really fun because you can like build armies and like fight against your friends, or you can like have multiple friends and each of them can have like a team. Like you can create clans. So in those clans, you can join armies and bases together. So what I would do is we'd have four friends and two on each team, and then we'd like create our alliances. And then after getting big enough, or even if we are small, no, oh my, fuck! I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Uh, so like basically this game was just really fun, and because of that, we were able to play against each other and wage war and stuff like that. Honestly, I'd love to see a resurgence in that game, but its era is long past, so probably not. But I had a lot of fun. It was nice because I just remember me and my friends, we just like slimy ass scumbags, bro. I swear that has to be a bot, man. Most of these servers are just dominated by bots. They gotta be. I'm sorry. Like, ah, trying to have like a cool reminiscence, and I'm getting rage baited by a fucking slimy tube, bruh. Alright, so like, bro, that just threw me off my like my thought. But yeah, so we like create these big ass armies, and we like go to war with each other and stuff. It's really fun. Or we'd have these small raiding parties, and we'd like try and raid each other's bases or outposts. And it was really fun because no one else was in the server, and if anyone did join the server, many times we'd allow them to grow to a big enough point, then we'd team up and like, like have this storyline of like trying to take out the common enemy so that our empires can thrive and stuff like that. Yeah, it was kind of nerdy, but like it was really fun, bro. Not gonna lie. I think if anyone watches this, they should really give Lords.io a chance. It's really underrated in my opinion. And the best part is you can play for hours and the time will just like fly by without like any like idea. Like you would not even realize it because it takes like a while to grow big, but then once you do, it's just really fun. And then what would end up happening is many times when me and my friends we would like team up. So like me and my brother or like me and one of my friends, we'd like have a two-man team and then we just grow and grow and grow and then take over the server. And then it would get boring then afterwards because no one can actually take out our armies because they're just way too big. So what would end up happening is we have this big ass like war against the entire server. Like anyone we can find, we'll just like kill them. And then we like have this big storyline where we're like passing our legacy on to our successors. We'll find like the small like the newest player who's like the smallest and we'll allow them to join our clan and we'll raise them up to be the biggest one of the biggest players in the server um, and then once that happens, we'll go on a few raids with them, and then we'll be all dramatic and be like, "All right, son, you can take over the server now." And then, they'll be all emotional, they'll be like, "Oh, I'll never forget you." And then we'll feel like really cool and shit. And then yeah, um, we'll go away and then leave the server. Yeah. Also, one of these really cool, like, I just unlocked like a core memory. Wait, just 1 second. Another cool memory. Let's just brush past that. Is I actually met like a girl when I was a kid on Lords.io, and I this is like the worst thing that could have been done like as a kid. Like if you're a kid and like someone does this to you, do not like listen to them or like go with the plan. It's just I don't know, it's just really shifty. But since I was a kid, it was we both then realized how sketchy this could have ended. So basically, I was on Lords and I was just playing, right? I'm just like this chubby little Indian kid. I think in fifth grade, yeah, fifth grade. Recently going into sixth, and what's it called? I was like a mid-sized player and stuff, and then I was just playing, and then this player joins my clan, right? So I'm like, oh, cool, cool. And then I'm like, bro, how you doing? Stuff like that. We just chat, like, just random stuff. We'll just talk about stuff. And somehow, uh, it got mentioned that that player was actually a girl. And at that time, I wasn't really like, oh, I want to meet a girl and stuff. But I was just really surprised. So I was like, oh, cool, you're a girl. Uh, this sounds so sad when I think about it. But no, it was actually pretty fun. So what would end up happening was, this girl, like me and her just started talking, right, on Lords.io. And I'm just like, oh, cool, you sound really nice, and we're having a lot of fun. So, do you want to keep in contact after this game gets over, right? Because after a while, the game's gotta go. Like, even if you dominate the server, you'll get bored, right? So, that happened. So, what ended up happening was I just created my first email account. I actually lost it. Otherwise, I might have tried reaching out to her after these years. But it was like it had my name and my birth date in the username itself, so I wouldn't forget. But yeah, my brother made it for me because I was really dumb. So um, I met this girl, and and I was really self-conscious about it. I was really secretive. I didn't tell my parents or my brother or anything like that. I just felt embarrassed. It's not like I did anything bad. It just felt bad, like, oh, I'm talking to a girl. Especially at that age, it was like a big thing. But who's this little guy I think he is, bro? No! Oh, how this small sausage beat me, man? Fucking hell. Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, so do you wanna like meet like stay in contact after this game. And she was like, yeah, let's go for it. So we exchanged email IDs. So this is like really sketchy. Like you should not do this online. I'm pretty sure. Like, I mean, email IDs don't really do much as far as I know, but it was like a pen pal. I think we agreed upon it being like a pen pal type of situation. We like write to each other and stuff. It was really cool. So, uh, the first thing we did, like we just exchanged and stuff. But I was kind of a dumbass. So what I did was I kind of got hesitant and I didn't want to email her anymore after a while. Like maybe once in a while we'd email. And then I guess I just got too tired of like trying to hide this from my family and stuff. Um, so I just started making excuses. Oh, I can't send an email because I did get a new laptop and I was setting it up. And she was like, "Oh, why not? Are you still there?" And like just continue. It's a while. I can't remember much, but because of that, we also agreed to uh exchange photos. So I was pretty surprised. She looked kind of cute when I was a kid. I didn't really realize it, but oops, my chair. Wait, what? Yeah, she was kind of cute. Like she was this Asian girl, um, from Chinatown. I don't know where that is. I don't want to be, uh, categorizing her as the wrong nation or nationality. So, but she did say she was from Chinatown. So that's all I know. And she had this like little lion filter on in her photo and she sent it to me. Like she seemed to have put like a lot of effort into it. I guess she's a little self-conscious, but bro, like I'm still remembering what I did. Like what I did was I was yes, I got it. I got it. Bro, I'm gonna be the biggest sausage around, bro. No, but what I was saying is that I was on this hike, right? So I was really self-conscious. I was on this hike in sixth grade, and what I what I did was I didn't really use my gadgets that much or like devices like you can tell like the way I speak sometimes. Um I wasn't a big like tech guy, but I did want to like because she sent me a photo and then I couldn't really chicken out and not send one back. So remember, I'm just this chubby Indian kid, right? Um, so I'm on a hike and then I just take this random photo of me under a tree. And I look like a grandpa from Facebook. Like the angle I take, it's like underneath my chin and stuff like that, along with the fact that I'm chubby and stuff. And I'm just smiling. I'm pretty self-conscious, but I just smile. And then I sent it to her, and she actually didn't say anything. I think she said it was nice or something like that, but I don't know. And then after that, I guess we just not after the photo, but like I just tried to stop like emailing her because I kind of felt like I was doing something wrong with not telling my family about it. Yeah, I was raised pretty conservatively, so but yeah, so I don't know. Whenever I play Lords.io, I just think of that girl and I was like, damn, what like who knows how she's doing now? Stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. Like a lot of fun memories on that game. Ooh, yes, yeah. But yeah. So I don't know, just give it a shot. Don't again what's it called? Don't go on the game just to like get a girl or whatever that's called because that's Guna behavior. And I didn't set out with that intention and I was a kid, so that was more pure intentions back then. So yeah. So anyways, so that was just a nice way of reminiscing and stuff like that. Wait, am I on the boat? Nah, bro. Bro, I want to be the biggest sausage bro around. Pause. Anyways, uh, but yeah, that's it. So that was a great experience. Just like that game is really underrated, Lords.io. Best part is it's online, it's web-based, so you can just connect to it anytime you want, just for fun. Bro, I wish I was sponsored by it, like during its heyday. Now I think like they're just barely keeping the servers running, but like I said, it's just a great time, honestly. Like, if I ever make it big as a streamer, I would not be afraid to play like IO games and give them a little bit of a boost once again, because it really made like a big part of my childhood and a bunch of others, I guess. Bro, there was some updates like in that community in the Lords that IO servers that uh aren't there anymore, like, or they are there today, but then the older ones are gone. Some parts I kind of miss. Like in Lords.io, there's this big like, oh God, wait, let's just get out of here. No, no, no. Yeah, so there was this big like pit in the center, and oh my God, bro, I'm cooked. Alright, so what's it called? This Yeah, there's this big like mud or like brown mud pit in the center of the map. Once like where the biggest armies or like basically the players with the biggest army count would gather in the largest clans. And what you could do is to beat the game, you beat the troll. Like there's this big like dungeon troll. It was green, it had like a mohawk. It's an IO game, so the graphics are very simple, but it was still pretty cool. And it was really OP. Like it had like these splash damage, and it had like a huge health bar, and it would like slam down and kill everything. Uh, and like it could kill your dragons. You could have dragons in your army, and those also could die to it. So it was pretty damn strong. And the best part is once you actually killed it, you could recruit it into your army. So it was this huge troll. So like the biggest players would have like this troll in their army once they actually killed it. And that just cemented them as like one of the strongest like players in the server, like for as long as they remained logged on. So I just think that was like really cool. It was a cool like feature of the game. Later on, what they did was they replaced that and they advanced it in their update quite a few number of years back, where there's a castle with like a bunch of really high and like strong towers that also do the same thing, kind of, where they take out large swaths of your army, and then it has a huge like fortress health bar, and then once you finally break it, you'll get a chest with like cards that boost your army stats in certain like troops that you can equip, so that the next game you get into, you'll have a slight advantage, or you can specifically go into a certain route of developing your army. So that was actually really interesting, like the way they changed that. But the sad part was, or not sad, but the main change for me in that update was not the center. I didn't really care about the center, but the fact that you could actually hire these trolls as part of your army, and they were smaller trolls, but you could have a much larger amount of them. So I felt like it took away the special nature of the troop. It still had their powers and stuff, but I was just like, damn, bro. Now it's not like a status symbol anymore, which shows how fucking in need of a job I am. But yeah, it was just something that really made my day back when I was younger. Just playing Lords.io, you know. Bro, I haven't seen any other snakes around. These, I guess all of these sausages are avoiding me. Wait, oh yeah, there's one here. Anki is trying to like digest another sausage. Let's see if we can get in. Wait, 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 wait. I'm gonna see if we can mess with them. Um, I'm just gonna try and kill one of them. Just one of them. Oh, come on! Boost! Guys, you see this, right? I'm lagging. Man, I gotta be dead. Oh my god. Alright. Thus ends the tale of Emu's sausage. My final length was 2144. I believe that was far above average, and I hope all of you guys had fun. I'm gonna end the stream because because I gotta go to my association, student association. It's a club. Basically, it's a BJJ club. It's pretty fun, so I don't want to miss it. And I hope you guys had a great time. And whoever's watching this VOD in the future, just know that uh, thanks. You're giving me a view and you're supporting me. So thanks a lot. I hope you guys like the variety. And also, uh, I'm tentative. I'm not sure if this is going to happen or not, but I had a friend and he showed me how to use an emulator. So I might start playing old PSP games in the next stream or so. Old PSP games or um, OG Nintendo Switch, not Switch, sorry, the Game Boy games, classic ones like Pixel ones for Pokemon. Okay, I'm not that well versed in it, but I might just, have fun with that if my laptop can run it. I think it should be able to because these graphics are really old, right? So most modern laptops should be able to run it. But yeah, maybe one day I can get a gaming laptop and actually play higher end games. But hopefully you guys like this type of content. I'm hoping to be a variety streamer. So not a guy who is like kind of chained to one game, but like a guy who has an audience who likes to watch him do a bunch of stuff. So yeah. Anyways, gonna end the stream. Have a good day.